We'll start talking. Yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody's Irish today.
Green Day today. Hey.
I should open it. That's how many beers I've had already. I fucking drank it
Damn.
up.
There you go.
You got the camera on you for that
I
one?
do. Look it up. Fucking idiot. So I'm happy. This is the second time on, but this is a real podcast with Randy Stillbaits.
Yep.
I met Randy a long time ago. You know what's funny is Randy was there at one of the first podcasts I fucked up bad. He came to the Ballast Point one where I fucking lost Moyer's track. Yep. And he won the prize, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I was there to pick it up.
He won the big prize. I had a shitload of stuff on that one, too.
I ended up just passing it on to little kids I found around because I was like, I ain't going to fish this shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he won the prize, so I knew Randy then. And the cool thing is I still have, I think, the jig you gave me, which is this one right here. This was like 2 years ago, I think.
Oh. Probably.
This is old school. So I saved him and put him on the wall because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now I'm getting into jigs thanks to Danny.
No, you are.
And so I wanted to have Randy on, and I also wanted to have Danny on because he's doing a little new adventure with, what's the rod you're trying to push?
It's called Steadfast rods.
Steadfast. So we'll talk about that as well because, and I want to talk about CNC jigs because I feel like I gave Lannis Fine, Burrell, and Joey from Taddy a chance to talk about him, but I want to have a guy that actually makes a CNC jig to be able to talk on his view of the whole thing. So I guess, when did you start making these motherfuckers, dude?
So jigs probably, about 2 years, 3 years now since prototyping and stuff like that. But I was doing the swim baits for another 2 years before that.
Oh, yeah. Bring those back.
One day. You want the molds? But I was doing swim baits for a little while. And
you made a swim bait that matches a cool bait.
Yes.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, I custom made that other swim bait for their weedless head when they came out with it. So I had the weedless slot and the little 45 at the front. I don't think I only made like 2 molds of that, and that was like right when I was falling out of doing the soft plastic. So
why'd you stop doing it?
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
Is it?
Yeah, pouring baits in the garage till 3 in the morning.
You didn't want to pour them. You should have just made the molds and sold them to motherfuckers. You know?
Yeah, should have done that. Probably would have made more money.
But I think that's something that's missing is a lot of heads don't match the swim baits as well, you know, and having someone design a fucking bait that actually matches the head, you know, Danny. Mm-hmm. People don't know. I mean, Danny's Harbor Creeper, so he's a big spotty fisherman. He plays like he's not.
Sometimes you get those swim baits with the favorite head you want to use, and
just
fucking
pairs
shit
up
looks
perfect.
all wonky and
It's got to play.
stupid.
It's got to play a part.
Yeah,
I mean, right?
I think so too.
Getting bit, it's like if that all flows together as one piece, like it's got to make a big difference to me.
It definitely catches the fisherman.
How much of a percentage though is that of selling a bait? You know, like that's 50% of the
Yeah, that's
bait.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is you got to make a quality bait.
True.
Can't be selling shit. Danny knows the swim baits I was pouring.
They're quality.
Yeah, they're durable. They caught fish, but it was
How many were you pouring in a day? Like when at night?
I don't even know.
Danny, kick that mic straight, like towards you a little, like straight, like there you go, perfect.
Like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
I was probably doing like, I don't know, 100 maybe a night or something if they didn't get all fucked up and shit, because doing laminates with those small baits and getting the temps right and all that stuff.
There's a whole nother fucking animal, right?
Yeah, whole nother beast, doing all the different color combos, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of late nights in the cold garage wearing a freaking gas mask.
Drinking a lot of Coors Lights.
Yeah, pounding beers and trying to get shit done. And
I don't think you could hold on to those long enough, right? They were like going quick.
Yeah, they still would. I know that you would buy the first 100 I made if I made some more.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah, I take your advice, man. I mean, that Cast King reel you talked about, like, you showed the fucking proof, like shit like that, like getting an opinion from someone that is unbiased is big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's you don't get that nowadays because some people got to fucking pay bills and they got to talk about this or.
Yeah.
But Danny's page is like super unbiased, where he's like, "Fuck everyone," which is why I like Danny so much. It's like he's truthful. He's like, "Hey, this shit doesn't work. This is a piece of shit." You know.
No affiliations. You can say what the hell you want.
Yeah.
from the bottom of your heart.
That's same here. That's where my logo comes from. Big ass middle finger. Fuck it all, dude. It's just fishing. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's just fishing. People take it a little too far these days.
Yeah.
But when did you start prototyping the?
So when I was pouring my swim baits back in the day, like a couple hours here and there during the week, I would have some free time. So started modeling it in the 3D modeling software and went from there. I would make one, take it down to Huntington Harbor, go swim it for 20, 30 minutes, make a little checklist, see what fucking works, what doesn't, take it back to the shop, take it to the belt sander, fucking file the holes, hips, everything. And probably took me about 14 tries before I got a jig.
So you would take that jig, file it. Would you have to rescan it after you filed it and it swam a little better?
So I don't have a scanner. So what I would do is just go into my model and try to modify the model to
match whatever you made.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it was never exact because it's hard to get an exact measurement off some crazy 3D surface. So there's a lot of guesswork, but then also a lot of trial and error running down and swimming them.
So 14 times it's a lot.
Yeah, that's
it
was probably about 2 years since it wasn't a full-time thing where I was sitting down every day doing it. It was maybe in a month I could get one prototype out, but some months I was too busy, so I was like, it's not happening.
Did you when I met you? How far were you with that jig?
That was when I released the 6.5 inch iron.
That was the first
yeah,
one
that was the first one I released, and that one I ran with for a while before I started branching off and then looking into the yo-yo jigs. Because
you have the 6.5 with you right here.
Yeah, most of those
pick up these motherfuckers and show them. We have video now. Yes. So just hold them up and just be like, "Hey, this is a 6.5." You know.
All right. So that guy.
So that's the first jig.
Yeah, that's the first design, or after 14 tries or whatever. But yeah, it took a lot.
What made you think this is the one? Like, what was the jig? Did you give that to someone that tested it, and you're like, fuck?
I gave it to a couple guys that tested it. They had both positive and negative feedback. Some guys didn't like it at all, and I got to the point where I was like, well, fuck. If someone doesn't like it, someone else might like it, and I can't just go based off that one guy's opinion and release something that's fucking shit.
All right, by the airport, guys.
Yeah.
Did you take one person's advice, like where you kind of like knew, like, man, this guy's fucking golden. Like, I'm going to go off of what he says. Do you have a guy that did that for you?
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of did. I sent out my first prototypes to a couple of really well-known guys that...
Can we talk about them?
I already forgot who they were. My memory is shit.
But it's cool that you actually took notes, because I feel like nowadays people don't like to hear any criticism on anything they do.
Yeah.
So for you to go, what did I fuck up? Let me think about it. Let me see what I can change. It's a different story than, like, going, fuck you, I built the best product.
Yeah, no, it's, I just got it to somewhere where I was happy with it. I know there's always going to be someone, you can't please everyone. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to put this jig out. I put out a trial run, let people use it. They're catching fish. They're loving it. Fucking, they're like, make more. So I was like, shit, make more. And
how many did you make on the first trial one?
I don't know, like 20 maybe.
Nothing.
Yeah, just barely any. Just enough to give like one or two out to
a
couple guys I knew would go out and use them, and they used them and caught fish. Some guys didn't, so they're like, oh, fuck this jig. They're like, oh, fuck. And then, people were just like, make more. So I started making more and more people buy them. And then I was like, all right, well, I'll just keep the ball rolling. And it's just fucking snowballed to where I got to go in from 5 in the morning till 12 on a Saturday to fucking crank out jigs, because it's not my full-time job.
No, that's a lot of fucking work, bro.
Can't even keep up.
Yeah.
I hear you. Like,
you've seen they sell out like instantly, so it's like,
that's crazy. It's like a swim bait. It's like the big swim baits the freshwater guys sell.
Exactly.
It's like they drop them and they fucking go, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like jig fishing is its own little genre, just like swim bait fishing, freshwater.
Yeah, if
you got dudes that only want to throw jigs.
If you knew how many DMs I get, hey, can you help me get some steel baits? Jesus Christ.
I know. I'm like, fuck, man. You have any steel baits? I'm like, I got 4 of them. You want to sell them? I'm like, suck a dick.
Suck a fat one.
Well, you don't jig fish. I'm going to soon, so suck a cock, dude. I'm going to use these motherfuckers, like. So it's kind of like when did you, so you have how many different models now?
Now I got like about 4, and then I got the yo-yos now too, so that adds another 2. So I just came out with a heavier one. So now now on my weekends, it's just kind of like, all right, what do I make this weekend? Because they're all going to fucking sell because people just want them so much. So I'm like, all right, I haven't put out this many of this. And then I add like the...
And you do it through your own website as well?
No, just through Instagram.
Okay.
But I add like
a little
the
closer to the mic. I'm sorry, man, if you're bugging you. You can pull it towards you if you want.
I'll scoot forward. But yeah, I make like the different textures and stuff just to give them a different look. I've swam the different textured ones next to each other and haven't noticed a noticeable change in the action of the jig.
The single hook goes in a little differently than like a traditional.
Oh yeah, these are the latest things. Yeah.
I don't think I have any here. These are for you if you want any.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, take them.
Yeah, these are the new single hooks, and the old school way of doing it was that they were just screwed into the back. So I went ahead and just inlaid it in there, so it's a nice.
That makes it way more stronger. Like,
yeah, there's a lot more strength. Yeah, because it's held in right here, so you're not. It's a single hook jigs were made for barracuda fishing, so it's like, I don't know how well it's gonna hold up if you try to throw it at a 100-pound tuna, but
yeah,
because it's an old school cod hook that they use. So,
did you have to look into hooks too as well, like what you had to use, because you can't just use any old fucking hook? Like, did you have to trial and error, or did you kind of go off what other people were doing?
So I got lucky, and the owner of United Composites, they're right down the street from me. He bought these old cod hooks a long time ago in an auction. They don't make them anymore, but he's got a couple thousand. So he's like, "Here, this is the hook that they use on single jigs. Make it fit into your jig." And I was like, "All right, here we go. Next project,
No problem."
But yeah, so that's why I just took some measurements.
When did you come out with the single jigs?
I haven't even sold any yet.
These are all brand new.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When are you gonna drop those?
Probably this weekend. I'm waiting for my painter to get caught up and get a nice little batch.
People are already salivating over this.
How many jigs are you gonna make of the single?
Right now I have about 50 that I'll put out, and then depending on what the demand is, I'll keep flowing with that or switch back gears to the other stuff.
So when you make the jig smaller, you just use the same design and just whatever cat, I don't know what the fuck you do, but you make it smaller. It all goes together. If you know it swims, you're not gonna fuck with it because you know it's gonna swim when it's smaller.
Yeah, so that's what you would think, but then you gotta bring in the weight of the jig because if you shrink it, it's gonna weigh less, and that depending on your conditions, it could pull all the water. Want to do this, want to do that. So a couple of the jigs I got like because that's my normal jig. Then I have this guy, Stubby. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit smaller, different shape, fatter, wider, weirder looking. But I got a couple different shapes, and what the hell was the question?
Like shrinking the jig.
Oh yeah, no. So I don't
don't
really shrink the jigs unless.
So like this one is more the one that you gave me right here. This is a smaller one. This is what, like a 5?
Yeah, so that's a 5-inch. So it's not actually the same as the other one. That's a total different design.
What's so different? Like, what did you do the prototype?
Completely overhaul. Same process that went through the other jig.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you have 2 different sizes.
I got 4 different sizes now.
So you're taking years to. Well, not as much, but the first one took you 2 years.
Yeah, so
the next one took you maybe 6 months because you had an idea.
Exactly. I got a little bit more of an understanding of it all, so I could refine that and put it into the next jig. And, and then, just got a couple different ones. I know Danny wants one of these things, the wonky jig.
What's so good about the wonky jig?
It's
different.
Weird. Look at that shit.
You like weird shit.
Yeah.
Is that the big deal? I mean, everyone says if you can find a swimmer, shit's fucked up on it, it's offset.
Sometimes it's just
so why can't I just get a fucking drill and drill it fucked up and make it work?
You can.
Yeah, you can.
A lot of people don't realize that. You can buy
like, why wouldn't I just get like, okay, I got this caddy right here. And then I get the fucking center hole and I just go, wah, wah, fucking drill it out.
A lot of old school guys would carry a screwdriver in their pocket.
And just shank it.
Take it to the little hole right here and just either make the hole bigger, cut out a little, or put a little groove in it or something. Just make it do a little something different.
Yeah, any jig off the wall is gonna swim if you know how to swim it. If you're using the right gear in the right situation, it's gonna swim.
Yeah.
But if you want a consistent swimming jig, you're gonna want something that you know swims from being proven.
That's the whole argument. So like, I know a lot of guys say like, I don't want a CNC jig for. To me, it makes sense. I don't know. To me, it makes sense. It's like you found something that swims. I could buy it over and over, and it's mechanical. I'm not going to pour a sand mold. Mm-hmm. but people still think I'm not touching those. I'm going to go to Tatty because, or I'm going to go to Salas or whatever it might be.
It's a 100% price thing.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Dead ass 100%.
Yeah.
You can go buy a jig for $8, and compared to mine, you're paying $50.
Yeah, but I fucking know it's going to swim. Like,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
it's like buying a swim bait. You could go buy a fucking BBZ, you know, like,
Yeah.
or you can go buy a Depths 250. You know the Depths 250 is going to catch a fish.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay fucking 5 times as much. But they're going to buy it. So it's kind of in my head. It's like, maybe because you don't have the credibility, and not saying you're not a good fisherman or you're not a good builder, but you're not Tatty where you've been around for 25
Well,
30,
the
40,
surface
50 years.
irons have been around for a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything like
no,
that.
but you're making a consistency.
I'm making
right?
consistency, and I'm just bringing it into the future with manufacturing wise.
A lot of it also has to do with the generation of people not being able to go to a store and pick one right off the peg, that they're, you know, the inconsistencies that they're looking for in those type of sand cast molded jigs. Whereas you can buy a steel baits and you know over and over and over it's going to swim. I think the newer generation, I keep saying this over and over and over, but I think the newer generation wants the instant satisfaction.
Yep.
Whereas
And
some of the guys who have been on here talked about surface irons before, that's that generation of guys that
I get what you're saying.
was able to go into the store and out of a...
you could go to a drugstore and go buy jigs.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I mean, I guess it takes away, it's, you know what it's like? It's like buying vinyl records.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get that sound you're looking for.
Yeah.
Or to me, I just want to hear crisp, clean sound, which is the fucking, you know, like, hey, I'm not shitting on Tatty at all. I'm just saying it's like,
it's technology's
it's
advanced.
two different
It's
things. So it's like, if you're looking, then again, no knock on Tatty. They could make a jig that swims 10 times better, but one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it's like you're gambling with a Tatty a little more than you are with what a CNC jig can do or your jig. And you put the time in, so I think that's a different story as well.
Yeah, it didn't happen overnight, and some people still don't like them, and it's like, don't fish them. Fuck it. I didn't.
How
When
hard
I
is
started
that?
fishing,
Do you get shitty DMs?
yeah, all the time.
Isn't
People
that crazy?
just, $50 for a jig. You're crazy. You're never
They
gonna.
don't fucking buy it, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Fuck
Exactly.
you.
I was like, I
the way of the world.
send them a thumbs up. I'm like, fucking.
Send them a
just
fucking picture of a dick, dude.
fucking do what you want to do.
You can't please everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, if you don't want it, don't buy it. So, I guess next let's start talking about like what kind of gear maybe Danny could help you like throwing your stuff on. Might be a little different
Yeah.
than a regular Tatty setup. So like yellowtail, what would you recommend? Like, okay, I'm gonna go fish yellowtail on your jig. What kind of gear? Tranks 500 right off the bat.
Oh yeah, gotta have that Tranks.
Look at Danny's face. He's like, you son of a bitch.
Those things are good for only one thing, man.
What is that?
I really...
Is it a sinker?
yeah, that too. But I would only use one of those for like a popper setup.
Really?
Yeah. As stupid as they are,
Just so easy.
it's just easy.
Yeah.
One less thing I gotta worry about in trying to get that popper to do what it's supposed to do.
Now, do you think that it's going to help? And I ask you these questions because I don't want to look like a dumb motherfucker when I go on your trip in August. You know, I'm like, hey,
There's no dumb questions.
I told
Hey, there's always got to be the one dumb dude on the boat,
I
so
don't
he
wanna
can
be
be it.
that guy. And I'm like, I'm going to bring my 10-foot fucking rod with my whatever reel, and then I have my 9-foot Phoenix, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to look like a dumb shit, you know? So I'm going to start practicing, but do you think it's not worth the time to practice on a bait caster? You know what I'm saying? Like, just to get used to loading the jig, letting it go, because I know I'm not going to, bird's nest anything.
Are we talking about somebody who's fished before or somebody who's never fished before?
A guy that's just picking up jigs that's fished before.
Oh yeah, that's if you can cast a bait caster.
Then
most
you could
everybody
probably figure out how to get there.
Yeah, it's not.
Just go straight to
It's
the
the same
convention.
shit, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just pick up.
That's what I told you. If you do those fucking things where you do a meetup with the rods, I'd come just to fucking learn how to cast a fucking rod. Good.
Or
good to
laugh
have some
or laugh at
practice.
the people that can't cast.
Well, then I'd be one of the dickheads there fucking that can't cast. But I mean, yeah, like what are you guys going to when you go fish? You know?
Anything 9-foot, 10-foot range for your surface irons. Get that distance when you're on the cattle boat. When you're on private boat, you can fish a little bit shorter because you can get right up on those fish. So
Yeah.
I was fishing a skinny butt last season, but I got a couple of those Steadfast rods I'm getting wrapped right now. So
Who's gonna wrap them?
I got my buddy that I used to fish the SWBA tournaments with, Cody. He's wrapping them up in his garage.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You used to fish SWBA?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah, we fished it one season solid, and
Rookie? Or it was no rookie. It was solid.
yeah, we're just,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
I think we got like, the best we did was fourth on the overnight tournament on the wall.
Dude, that's great.
Fishing my swim baits, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really good. What do you go a little old school with shit, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got yelled at.
Why?
How do you pronounce the real? Is it Newell or Newell?
I've always called them Newells.
Okay, I got yelled out for calling them Newells. By fucking Bobby
Well,
Big Dick.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, hey, dickhead, it's not a fucking Newell, it's Newell. I'm like, all right, my bad. Sorry.
It's like Target or Target, right?
It's Target for sure, right?
Home Depot.
Yeah, Home Depot.
Do you fish old school shit more?
I just like the feel of the old school stuff. That's what I grew up doing. That's what I can still swing to this point. Maybe when I'm 65 and can't swing 100J or anymore, maybe I'll find something different. But as of right now, I'm still able-bodied enough to swing the old school stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on any of the new school stuff. There's quality stuff out there. It's just,
You think it's a feel factor for you? So, like, you feel better, like, casting, reeling, feeling the bite?
how it loads up. That's the main thing for me. It's how it loads up. I started fishing 9-foot rods long time ago. My first surface iron jig stick was a 90J.
Mm-hmm.
Years and years ago. Now I pick up a 9-footer, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? I can't even fucking cast it anymore, So most of my stuff is all 10-foot. Is 10-foot the way to go? All personal preference. I know Randy has some 9-footers that he does just fine with.
Let's still get the job done. Just whatever you like.
Yeah.
You can go toss a jig on a fucking 7-foot rod.
Mm-hmm.
Still gonna catch a fish if they're biting the jig.
Yeah.
But it's just
Getting the distance is a different story,
exactly.
right?
You're not gonna get that far out. But
How much of a distance gap? I'm gonna let you guys answer this because I broke the seal. From 9 foot to 10 foot. So I'll let you go, Danny. So like, what's the big difference of like having a 9-foot rod to a 10-foot rod? Is it that big of a difference?
Oh, what are we talking about? Are we talking about?
I'm saying on a sport boat, like
casting distance wise.
distance.
Like,
Are we
Yeah.
talking
how far
about
jig?
a seasoned guy or
See,
just
you.
me?
yeah,
Not much.
and
at all.
unseasoned.
Yeah, unseasoned. That's a little different.
Yeah, but
You could probably get a lot more distance with an unseasoned guy only because he's still learning.
yeah,
Right.
Got the leverage and the fucking
But with a seasoned guy, the difference between a 9 and a 10 is minimal,
Minimal, yeah.
if that.
it's just personal preference.
That's all it is, man.
That's all the fishing stuff is. All the gear, it's just personal preference. What do you want to fish? What do you feel comfortable fishing? Fish what you feel comfortable with.
Since day one, people overthink shit, man.
Yeah.
If the rod I use is fucking made of toilet paper, but it fucking feels good in my hands and it fishes well, guess what, motherfucker?
I'm gonna be fishing
I'm
it.
fishing toilet paper. People overthink shit too much. People read way too many fucking online reviews and shit like that. Just go put it in your hand.
Yeah, go try it out.
Does it feel good? These tackle stores.
Does it work for you? Because something that doesn't work or that works for someone else doesn't always work for everyone. So it's
Exactly. These tackle stores want to sell you shit.
Yeah.
To the
yeah.
people think to the contrary, but they want to sell you stuff. So
they want to sell you shit that you're gonna be happy with. that you're
Exactly.
gonna fucking-
So
you
you-
go into the tackle shop, pull on the rod, feel the reel, all that stuff.
you just bought a brand new reel. And you're trying to decide what rod should I throw it on. Yeah, you go on Facebook groups and on Instagram and you ask people's opinions. You're gonna have opinions across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never took anybody's word for anything. If I want to fish something, I'm gonna fish something that I'm comfortable with, and I could care less if it was the fucking Pope who told me, "Hey, guess what? This is the shit to use end all be all bullshit, because what works for the Pope doesn't work for me. So
do you see guys come on the boat sometimes with some random shit and you're like, what the fuck? And they know how to fish it.
like what do you mean?
Everyone
Like
still has
random?
the same type of gear. Everyone's going to either have like a Tranx 500, some type of conventional that's, what size,
Yeah,
30,
rubber size.
like to 40, whatever it might be.
I'm gonna say this. I'm probably gonna get shit for it, but friends don't let friends use bait casters as fucking iron reels.
I agree.
Did you hear
100%.
what Jeff Marklin said?
No, oh, I heard. Yeah.
He said He said fucking Tranx look like a gay R2D2.
Gay R2D2. Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
No, I understand. Like you can just get the more distance with that. You got to get used to it.
If you're starting out, yeah, go for it. But I don't know. Maybe it's
I
just
feel like conventional is the way to go. It's just
why so though? Like, what's the big? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the big difference? Like having. I'm not going to get the distance. I'm not going to get. What am I not going to get that I'm getting out of a conventional?
a decent looking reel.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, see, we're not look for looks, but for actual fishability. Like what's the difference?
So the spools on those bait casters are super small,
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to stay within like the gear ratio, you cast one of those small spooled bait casters and you fling that thing all the way out.
There goes half your spool, if not more.
Half your fucking spool's gone. And if you have a 6-to-1 gear ratio reel, as soon as you start turning the handle, that shit is not coming back to you as 6-to-1.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Doubled.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for on a reel when you guys throw it, ratio wise?
I like me
Slower.
personally. I like
yeah.
the slower ones. I don't like the.
Are you burning when you're coming back in though?
It all depends what
Really?
they want.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
Same as fucking bass fishing, right?
So you like to have something where it's slower. You can make it fast, or you can just keep it slow.
Personally, my brain is wired to where I can speed up easier than to have a 8-to-1 reel and have to fucking slow it down.
I can't.
It's hard to slow
Same
down
here.
when they're biting
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
like you're excited. You're not gonna be like, oh,
No,
fucking.
fuck
You're
no,
gonna be
man.
fucking whining like a motherfucker. And no,
That makes sense. Something like that.
Yeah.
If someone said, "Hey, the human mind's made to fucking burn shit," and like, you're not gonna do it. I know I'm not gonna do it. You know you're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big difference. But let's talk about your rod. So. This is something pretty new, at least around here. I've never heard of the rod. I seen you pumping it. How did you find out about that rod, that blank?
Surfing the internet.
Really?
Yeah, found a company that was making a one-piece 10-foot blanks. One thing led to it. One message or email led to another. The guy called me. We talked about it. One thing led to another, and now I've.
You're the
Guess I've
West
been-
Coast representative. That's what you are.
Yeah, I made it.
straight up.
Yeah. I'm officially on the map. Yeah, no, I mean, it's
Well,
just,
this is what, to me, is a shock. Is like, I've never seen you endorse something that much. So if you do that, to me, it means like, these must be fucking great. Like, I believe you. You wouldn't give me some bullshit.
No, I'm not.
I was gonna say it all comes down to personal preference too. That's
That's
why.
true,
That's
yeah.
why he's offering to meet up with people. Come pull on it. Might not be for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's like,
Good call. Good call.
It's the,
like yeah, a lot of
it's-
people will jump on the bandwagon for fucking something that someone puts out there, but it's like, don't knock it until you try it, or go fucking pull on it and see what the hell you like. It's like,
It's true, and these blanks are made for the Gulf Coast. Shark fishing from the beach. These guys are using them on the East Coast, like Florida, to pull those big old groupers off the pilings and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they can hold up to the pressure of that kind of fish, 40-pound
be
yellows is not going to be nothing on
You're
these
looking,
things.
so you're looking for what it can hold up to more than the, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like when you look for a rod, it might not be what it can hold up to, is how I can fish it correctly. Where is this more of like an old school technique? Like what would you compare it to?
So that's the thing too, is that I can't, when people ask me what I can compare it to, out here on the West Coast with what's being made right now, there's not much I can compare it to. And when I tell them the closest thing to it would be a Harnell on steroids,
I don't know what a Harnell is. Can you explain?
95% of the people are like, "What? What the fuck is a Harnell?"
Yeah, what is it? Tell us about it.
It's just an old school blank that was made many years ago
By Harnell was a company.
by Harrington Harnell. That was a company.
Where were they at?
Shit, I don't know, somewhere around here. I think Southgate or
Really?
something like that. This is years ago. I don't know. I don't go doing research on shit like that. But anyways, it's just basically an old school company that used to make blanks, and they're really highly sought after now.
Can you find them still?
If you know the right people
You
and
surf
know
the
where to
internet
look
enough.
at, and
Yeah.
if you lucky enough to pull up on a fucking yard sale with somebody, getting rid of stuff. So yeah, that's what I can compare them to, and I've got, since I've been putting these out.
You've sold a lot.
These
though.
aren't.
I'm not saying you've promoted
a
them
lot
and
in.
a lot of people bought them to wrap.
A lot of people have been interested. A lot of people so far have bought them. Everybody who's pulled on one has broke down and pretty much bought one right then and there. Personally, I just feel like they have a place out here on the West Coast. These aren't here to take over any kind of market share. These are specifically for people that like an old school glass feeling rod. I've had people come and pull on them and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm used to fishing like United Composites. Those or Phoenix, super light blanks, not real thick. Kind of a small diameter rod." And when you compare one of those to a Steadfast, it's like night and day.
And that's what for me, they go, "What kind of jig stick do you want?" I'm like, I don't know. Like I had Junior's Customs, like do mine, and he goes, "What do you like?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. Whatever you want, bro. Like I have no clue. So to me, when he gives me that, I'm used to a bass rod, so like, I would think like a smaller, like Ultra Swim Bait Classic that's 9 feet. Like when it's that big, when I have this one, so I mean, you got to get used to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're gonna jump into the game, there's gonna be some changes as well.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people go, "Oh, you got to get this seeker rod. That's this." Okay, it looks like a fucking, battle axe, bro. Like, how do you cast that? And I don't know, but that's why I want to know from people that actually know. Like,
when you go down that rabbit hole of surface iron stuff, there's so many different avenues
Just
you can
opinions,
take.
dude. Everyone's got their own personal feel for everything. Like
Pull
just,
on.
yeah.
Just you got to go.
You gotta pull on it. You gotta go cast it. You gotta catch a fish on it.
That
Fucking-
Alua that you just had made by JR, you'll figure out how to cast it. You'll love it, and then you'll go into another tackle store and you'll pick one up and you'll be like, "Fuck, this one fucking feels better."
I don't do that kind of thing.
Oh, you will.
Look at Danny. He goes,
You
"I know
will.
you son of a bitch."
You will. You will.
No, I mean, I that's my two. So I have 2 rods I'm practicing with until the charter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna every time I go calico fishing, I bring those 2 rods and I'm gonna fucking vroom, vroom, fucking, cast and practice.
So maybe you'll catch your first yellowtail this year.
I'm hoping it'd be cool. I'm gonna bring a GoPro and film it because it's like a big deal for everyone that listens.
I think you definitely put that one on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I put the pussy on a pedestal on this one.
Wait till you catch a good calico on the iron.
Oh my god, dude! I
You-
couldn't imagine.
You may never go back to swim baits.
I know. Fuck the iron. I went with Benny and I went with Charles Tatuna,
Yeah.
and he fucking caught a nice 6-7 pounder when we went, and it looked so fun.
On the surface iron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He painted it like a custom.
He
Like-
did some badass work.
Dude,
on
he
that
does
shit.
some
I saw
cool
those
shit,
ones
yeah.
that
He
he was
does.
putting out.
But
Right.
that's what I want. That's the next thing. The only person I've been on a boat with is T. He caught one on a surface iron. It looked a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm ready to do it this year. So.
Yes.
It's just another application. To,
Well, no, I want to learn. Like,
add
I
to the
don't want.
arsenal.
This is the hard thing for me. Is like, I want to be able to touch base on everything that we talk about. So it's like, if we talk about this, I know I'm a fucking idiot, truth be told. But I want to be able to go, oh, yeah, I've thrown a surface iron. I kind of know how it works. So I could ask you, that's a fucking loud-ass fucking plane, bro. The fucking...
What kind of studio is this shit?
I know, fuck. He's been in the old studio twice, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I get a backyard.
actually, you've been in... You were at the old studio the first time, this studio, then the old studio again, and then here again. 4 times, dude.
Yeah.
He's been to both studios twice. How about that? He was at the studio when I was in there, man.
I made it.
He made it, yeah.
Making his rounds.
Yeah.
Danny was on, what, 2nd or 3rd episode?
I can't even remember now.
Dude, I can't remember.
Something like that.
It
How
was
long have you
super-
been running these for? Over like a year now? 2
More
years?
almost
than that.
3.
Almost 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's fun.
I've
I've met so many people that are cunts, and then I met so many people that are awesome like you guys.
Isn't that the best part about it? Meeting
No,
with
it's
new
not,
people?
because you don't trust people and you fucking find out they're cunts.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, wow, you're a piece of shit. And then you find dudes that
That are cool
Danny,
and
like
normal.
he's even gone, hey man, he took a break from Harbor Creepers or whatever happened. And then he's like, here's my new shit. Cool. So I've always seen Danny do Danny and nothing's changed. So it's like people go, hey, you know Harbor Creepers? I'm like, yeah, he's a buddy of mine. All right. And I'm like, you're going to shit on him right now.
same old asshole. Yep.
I'm like, hey, you want to hear the truth? You talk to him, you know, but it's cool. It's been cool meeting all these people. Like, Eric Bent even talked about you before, you know, like when you came on. But
Yeah, I mean,
I want to learn about all this shit as well, too, you know, like. So the next thing would be like, if you're going to get into surface iron fishing, do I need to have a custom, like a wrap rod?
absolutely not.
Just whatever you can get. You guys think. I want your own opinion. Second, do you think that rods fish differently with these? Are these lighter than a sand cast?
They're actually heavier than most sandcast
Really?
jigs. Yeah.
Okay.
They're that one you're holding right there is about 3.5 ounces.
You know. Yeah, I mean,
but-
it's a very interesting thing.
It's definitely.
It's only be interesting to me because I feel like there's 2 different people, like clubs of thinking.
Yeah. Well, there's the old school guys, sandcast, and then there's new school CNC. Lots of guys. I'd give it another year or 2, and there'll be fucking 15 more guys making CNC jigs, guaranteed. It's just a matter of
I
time.
feel like, why wouldn't you just take one of these at swim and you know?
Oh,
fucking
there's
swims,
already guys
and
that
then fucking just go, hey, here's my jig. This company, I'm gonna give it
there's
to
already
you.
a company doing that.
and they took it. Did they hit
took
you up?
no, they're selling their own jigs, but they scanned some jigs that swam and just started
Oh,
producing them.
someone else's jigs that swam?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
There's people that do shit like that. I mean,
Oh, that's fucked. I mean,
Look
your
for
own
the
jig.
easy
Like
way.
I thought, getting a jig that swam of your own,
okay. That's
and
what
then
I'm saying.
taking it to someone that could scan it and be
Yeah.
like,
But yeah, you can do that
Make
too.
it work,
That's
dude.
what there's guys doing that too.
that's what I would do.
There's
I'd be like,
on a couple there's a Facebook group and a couple Instagram things, but there's probably 6 or 7 different guys now making CNC jigs, and lots of them don't have access to the whole machining industry. So they're coming out
It's
of
all
the
you,
blue.
man.
Yeah, they're coming out of the blue and like going to a machine shop and say, "Hey, I got this design. Can you machine it?" and selling them like that. But like, whereas I came from machining background where I'm an aerospace machinist, so I fucking
but you also love fishing.
exactly. So that's where
Like you've been fishing forever, and you
yeah,
do
I
this.
grew up. My dad's always had boats. We used to go over to Catalina on the weekends and camp at the Isthmus and fish. And for a long time, I was fishing. Then high school years, I dropped out of fishing and
Started fucking.
yeah, doing shit, drinking, partying. You know, fucking everyone did the same shit, right? And then after that fucking shit, I had my good buddy. He's like, "Hey, let's go fish." I was like, "All right, I got a job now. I'm making money. I can go buy shit." So like, started spotty fishing, halibut fishing on the shore and shit, and picked it up from there. And then that buddy actually ended up working for me. And then
No way.
he was always like, "Hey, we got to do this and this and this." And I was always too busy. I was like learning and busy. And then he got laid off because we got really slow. So I felt bad about that. And then since we were slow, I had fucking free time. So I was like, here we go.
That's WBA. Here we come,
yeah,
bitch.
here's my time to fucking come up with some shit.
Yeah.
I had access to it. I got a fucking computer. I know how to program shit and design shit. I got machines. I can fucking machine whatever I can think of. So
Yeah.
go from there.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So fucking as long as my mind can fucking process it and put it into a fucking
Yeah.
shit, I can make it. But
Danny, is there a recommendation for like how those rods should be wrapped? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know anything about this shit, so it's like
You're talking about just in
your
general,
rods, yeah,
or
like the jig sticks.
Steadfast rods.
Your Steadfast. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know more about like I don't fucking know. You tell me.
So the blank itself, not
Do you need to cut it? Do you know anything like that? Is it good to go?
I don't cut blanks.
Okay.
So people that do, I don't know. It'd have to be kind of like a trial and error for them to pick one up and cut it and see what it feels like. I never personally cut mine. If I wanted, if I bought a 10-foot rod blank and I cut it to 9, why the fuck I just go buy a 9-foot?
But if you cut different, you can cut the tip though, right? As well.
Yeah, but I mean,
you could cut that blank in the middle where you want it somewhere, right?
There's like these special formulas and shit like that for fucking
people overthinking stuff more.
Yeah, it's just
Talk to the engineer right here. What did you say?
People overthinking shit.
Look at the engineer. What he said.
See, I mean, it's
keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep
That's
it simple, stupid kiss.
Exactly.
So I mean, what I ended up doing with the ones that I have had built is I didn't put an under wrap on the guides. I just wrap.
So can you explain that to me real quick?
So under wrap is basically the 2 feet of the guide wrapped, but then there's an under wrap between the guide
and
the guide feet.
What does that do?
So I like my rod as parabolic as possible, and when you put an under wrap in between the guides, it kind of stiffens up the rod.
But does that make it any stronger?
Doesn't make it stronger.
Does it make the guide stronger?
No,
Just,
I'm not an expert at rod wrapping.
So
that's
that's the
what
next guy I got to get on is a rod wrapper.
There you go.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But it's just adding more material, adding weight. I want it to be as light as possible because these Steadfast blanks aren't
They're not top of the line fucking light shit that.
They're not the lightest.
It's a glass rod.
They're not the lightest rods out there, but I want it to stay as parabolic as possible, so that I can cast.
So you think underwrapping would cut that back a little?
I think it would. And from talking to people that do wrap rods for a living, they have kind of the same sentiment. So I didn't underwrap any of the ones that I've had built, and I really like the way they came out.
Who's the guys you guys think as a rod wrapper? Who's some good solid dudes?
There's a lot out there.
There's like, so many, man.
It's like asking who pours
a
good swim bait. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that do everything. It all depends.
Who are guys you use that are really good that maybe you've been doing for a while? I know the new guys like
some of
juniors. I like fuck man. If I just look at his work, I've seen a lot of people wrap rods, and I look at it and I'm like, fuck man. I want to put this on my fucking wall. It looks so fucking good, man.
Junior's about the only guy I'll put his name out.
Yeah.
That has done stuff for me. A lot of the guys that have done stuff for me do it as a hobby, and they're not taking orders they're not taking orders from anybody else. So I'm not going to throw them out there like that.
Make them more busy and annoyed.
Yeah, because
hey, that's another thing I've learned. I've wanted to get guys on, and they're going, yeah, I don't really want to go on. I'm like, why? Because if people fucking listen and they want more shit from me, and I'm like, oh, I get it. You're not being a dick. You're just like, I don't have the time to fuck with that.
Yeah.
The fallout I'll have from this podcast, I'll be fucking in there 24/7 trying to make jigs.
Yeah.
Guess who the new Patreon sponsor is, guys? Randy Steele.
Yeah.
Get your jigs.
No, I mean I get it. Like it's cool to hear though from you guys. Like people I love to hear. Like JR's one. Like another. I'm sure you guys got a couple other dudes you go to and
a couple guys.
Yeah.
Here and there.
I've seen some really nice work online. I have never. Some of the guys that do really good work, I've never personally had a rod wrap from them, but
I've had Shannon wrapping one. Gallagher.
Yeah,
he's wrapping one of my rods. He's pretty fucking good.
There's a guy on Instagram called C. Sicario.
Yeah, I know who that is.
He does some good fucking wraps.
His
He's
work
good, huh?
is fucking amazing. I'm a fan of a lot of people. I just haven't had any of those rods wrapped for myself to have
hard,
one.
Dude, think how many you're expanding your horizon to 10,000, 6,000, whatever the fuck it is. It's a lot of fucking people to like even reach out to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Randy's drinking like I'm drinking.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day.
Hey, might as well. Fuck it.
Thank you, sir.
My wife's going, you're not going to drink an 18 pack? I'm like, I might.
Yeah, you might.
I might. Guess what?
Don't test me.
You never drink at all, Danny, huh?
No.
I saw him drink a beer once.
Yeah, like
What the fuck? Really?
special occasions.
Hey, don't kill me though after this.
Yeah, no.
We can't have a beer together ever?
Yeah, fuck it. Give me one.
There you go.
What the fuck? Oh, man. Look at this, dude. How many times you get Danny to drink a fucking Coors? He drinks them like water.
Few and far between.
Yeah, that's good.
Danny's a funny story for me, too, as well, because one of my good friends that I worked with, Lewis. Have you seen Lewis at all lately?
Mm-mm.
Dude, he's skinnier as skinny as you.
No way.
He's so skinny.
Oh, man.
Dude, he
Cocaine's a
lost
hell of
it.
a drug.
No, he
I'm
got a
just
fucking...
Fuck, hopefully
He's
they
great,
find a
but
tumor in me because
I remember you came on and they they messaged me. Lewis and Karen were like, "How do you know him?" I'm like, "He's a fishing guy." They're like, "We know fucking Danny," and I'm like, "Oh fuck," you know, like because you're big into football.
Yeah.
Are your kids still doing football shit or?
Mine?
Yeah.
My oldest one is on his own now. My youngest is a sophomore in high school.
Is he play football?
Yeah. Thank goodness, man. He was going fucking stir crazy in the house.
Are they going back to school now?
I don't know what the plan is for them. All I know is that they're fucking they're back practicing, which is good for them.
I got a hole in my
I saw
fucking
that.
lip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. They
That
got the
camera
camera
better.
can't see it. Fuck you, camera.
That's Nick's little what
A
do you
beer
call that?
saver.
Little fucking
That brings me to
The
the
taste saver, but
Yeah,
we call
yeah.
it the beer saver.
That brings me to the old school days when I was young. I'd run around with a fork and poke holes in the fucking beer can.
What a good idea, dude.
Just fuck over anyone drinking
They
beer.
drink it and just
It just
pour
pours
on
all
it.
over them and it fucking look like idiots. Hilarious.
That's fucking hilarious. What I mean, and you do the off switch tartar, so that's like just for jigs, kind of.
No, it's not.
I'm not. Maybe it's focusing for bigger fish, yellowtail. Like
There's
I think it's
Uh,
just focusing on someone that's not trying to make money off a charter and
Yeah.
get a bunch of good guys together and go fish.
There's a.
That's what I've experienced.
Do you have spots open?
I do.
Okay, we'll promote them at then.
Oh, I don't even know. I have so many. I couldn't even tell you which ones have spots still open.
We'll promote the thing. Like if you guys want to come fish with Kaz and Craig, you can come to 815 charter. I
Yeah.
don't know what fucking charter I'm on, dude.
You did a bunch of tuna trips last year.
Yeah,
on
I have two. I
'cause
kind of
you-
have two genres.
You have like
of
two
it,
boats
right?
you're hopping on, Pride and Fury.
Yeah. So
Talk about the guys. How'd you meet them?
I fished the Pride back in the days when it was Orion and Brian.
How long ago was that?
Fuck, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, something like
Fuck,
that.
dude.
It's a single screw boat, only one prop, and back in the days, we would fish the same areas as some of the long range guys, and on that boat, that wake is so clean that when we're trolling for albacore, we'd get bit like fucking 3-1 next to the XL and the Royal Polaris. So I kind of just fucking fell in love with that boat, and
a nice boat.
when Jason bought it, I hit him up, said, "Hey, can we do something?" And it's all about building relationships, man. We did a few charters. He started, he can trust me. He knows that, my word is true. We're going to stay, we're going to get that trip out. And one thing's led to another. And fuck, I don't know. I do like 15 trips with him a year.
Yeah.
Fuck. How many years you been doing it?
I think this is year 3.
Because the second year you got serious, where you made off switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd year. First
Because
year was,
I'm like, dude, I'm being a cunt. Like, I need to do it. I'm like, my wife saw that fucking boat go down, and she's like, you're not going anywhere. I'm like, all right. And then I talked to Phil. He's like, you got to go on one. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that one looks good. And I'm like, I never gone on it overnight. So I'm like, fuck it.
It's fine. You just hop in the bunk room. It just smells like ass and feet.
yeah,
That's my favorite smell.
ass, feet, and fucking.
So make sure you chug a shit ton of beers
Jeez.
before and get sick
I'm not
as
good
fuck.
at that.
And then we have those are the stuff, the trips on the Pride are more like offshore kind of stuff, tuna, that kind of stuff.
So where's the Fury stuff you're doing?
The Fury is
many trips.
Yeah.
Jig
Oh,
fish
is
and
it?
yellows.
Okay.
The Fury is strictly.
But it's a day trip.
Yeah.
The Fury. Okay.
But
Overnight trip.
you got
All
some
right.
2 days on it this year, don't you?
I do have I'm doing something different
Is that
this
gonna
year.
go explore the Outer Banks possibly? For
Yeah.
yellows?
So we got 2
Some
days.
Big jig eating yellows.
2 days on the Fury. Strictly irons. Only either yo-yo or surface iron. With 2 days and nothing but irons. We have everything
So
open to
what I
us
would
in
want
Southern
to-
California.
I would want dudes that kind of are experienced a little, because I don't want someone casting an iron behind me that doesn't know and's like, ha! And catches a fucking dude. Like you never know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wanted you to be able to go.
Yeah.
Like,
You wanna
yo,
be
here
able-
I'm gonna go. Okay.
You want to trust in fucking everyone
You got to
around
trust that
you.
group, but little, right?
For the most part, everybody who's been on those surface iron
No.
trips
Well,
only.
no one's been
Yeah.
hooked on one yet.
Yeah,
has
we
it?
haven't had anybody.
And that's
put
with
a-
everyone casting around the
Hey,
entire
knock
fucking
on
boat.
wood.
This year's a new year. We'll see.
Yeah, Marcus and his crew are really super awesome.
Yeah, that's
and Marcus's second, ironically, is the gentleman who owned the boat before him.
Oh, wow.
Rick. And Rick, I'll tell you this much, has a pair of steel balls. Because the bait that we take on those trips are for chum only.
Wow.
So he'll stand on the bait tank, and the entire boat's throwing jigs. Nobody's fishing bait.
Hey, that's fucking sick. Chum only.
Yeah,
You can't use any.
no. And I dare somebody to try and throw a bait because I'll cast over their ass and bring
Oh,
their
I saw
fucking
it.
line in.
I saw it.
See? I did it to my own son. My own
That
son.
fucker slept in and tried to
Hey,
come
you son
fucking
of a
throw a bait.
Don't fucking do it, asshole.
Oh,
Don't you
I
dare
love
try
how you
it.
treat your kids. You do
Yeah.
the same shit I do. I fucking
course.
call them out.
yep.
So yeah, we've picked those 2 boats to do our charters on, and
All right, I gotta take a piss.
Okay,
Continue
me too.
Break time.
You need a smoke break?
yeah, I'm gonna go.
Smoke them.
Smoke right here.
I quit smoking. They're all
So
same
is
kind.
Dan Wade the to you guys? Is he the Butch Brown of fucking?
I don't put anybody on a fucking pedestal.
Yeah.
No,
they're all
I'm not
just-
saying. Okay, I'm not putting anyone on a pedestal, but you know, guys that can fish. Is he one of the guys that are like, he knows what he's fucking doing? Like Brian Burrell. Everyone said Brian Burrell. He fucking knows what he's doing, dude. He's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that does something daily over and over and
I
over.
feel like they're just
They know.
people in the industry
experience.
for a long time.
Yeah.
They're well known for doing what they do.
Yeah.
People,
It's-
people
Do
can
you
look
have
up to
dudes that
them.
you go like, if I could say, if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm making the history on fucking jigs," who are some of the guys you should look at? Nothing. Too many different people.
It would be more of companies than people, right?
Yeah.
It would be the big guys.
There's a lot of guys. I mean, these guys are. The guys you're talking about are, I don't want to say mainstream, but a lot of people have put those guys on a pedestal. Like, they're the shit of all shits.
Yeah, they're the.
There's a fucking bunch of guys, especially in the South Bay, when fucking
Well,
Santa
that's what,
Monica
like-
Bay used to fucking produce, like,
So
yellows
Danny
all the time.
Cadota says that's where the best fishery was. Like the dudes that know what they're fucking doing. Lannis Fine, Joey from Tatty said same shit.
Yeah.
That's where fucking the shit happened up.
There's plenty of guys I used to fish on the City of Redondo with, and the Sea Spray that can stand cast for cast with any of these guys who have been put on a fucking pedestal. That's why I've never.
You think that's just Instagram shit? Like you're putting on a pedestal, like kind of like
Yeah, it's all.
someone
Insta-
finds someone, they jump on it and they push it out.
Exactly. Especially with nowadays age, everyone's on the internet. So it's like
Yeah.
when they type in surface iron, what's the first couple names that's going to pop up? They're going to fucking go crazy and look at all that shit.
There's some 60, 70-year-old fucking Japanese guys that live in Torrance that fuck your
Dude,
shit
Yeah,
up,
exactly.
and nobody knows about them.
Yeah.
Dude.
They're not out. They're not out there on the internet. So, yeah, a lot of these guys have been put on a pedestal. They're pushing a certain product or whatever. But
And yeah, they're great fishermen, but
yeah,
It's up to the person to the individual.
There's a line everyone's meeting, and there's multiple dudes that are meeting this line that they're that good. They're doing the same shit.
They're not doing anything different than another person of the same caliber as them. There's nothing that there's no how do you say there's no defining line on where the cream of the crop is and where the bottom of the barrel is.
It all differs day to day.
Yeah.
To be honest, like you never know.
You think it's more of a luck thing, or just like different dudes know how to cast it?
I've been on trips where fucking I've put 9 yellowtail on the boat and nobody else is getting bit. I've also been on the fucking ass side of that where
everyone else is getting bit.
Everybody else is fucking putting fish on, and I can't fucking seem to buy a bite.
Different, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
just go out and fish.
The key to the key to surface iron fishing is being consistent.
Who do you fish with that you consider consistent? You know what I'm saying? Like, you consider like, yo, if I'm gonna go to someone, you had someone you looked up to. How about that?
Okay, so on our trip on the Fury, Randy busts out his yo-yo jig. Nobody else is fishing his yo-yo jig. He fucking puts 2 fish on the boat before anybody else does. Hey guys, yo-yo bite.
Hey, wait, let me add in on there.
What kind of yo-yo bite?
I suck at fishing too, so like I got over fucking casting a surface iron at boils, and I was like, hey,
you know,
the captain was saying they're deep. I'm going deep. I got this prototype yo-yo jig. I'm going to drop it down. Sure enough, fucking...
You only had one?
I had 2 of them. So
Did you give someone else one?
I proceeded to catch 4 fish on it. I gave one to Danny.
Oh, fucking Danny, you fucking cunt.
How many, Danny? You put like 3
I put like 3 on the boat.
Yeah, and then I gave the other one to... what's that other cat?
Harley.
Harley, yeah. I gave him to him, and he proceeded to put another 3 or so on there, too.
And it was just one after another.
And that was fished against everyone else, because those were the only 2 yo-yo jigs I brought, and everyone else is fishing yo-yo, not really doing.
So now
success.
you know next time they're bringing like 10 yo-yo jigs and like.
Well, after that, I went home and I bought fucking like 4 12-foot bars of brass. I was like, "All right, guys, it's game time." And that brass shit ain't cheap. You're looking at like anywhere.
What are you selling those brass yo-yos for?
$60 a pop,
dude.
It's expensive for.
But
a
how
brass
much is
yo-yo
it?
jig.
How much is that piece of brass? Like just.
The piece of
brass. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, the piece of brass, you're probably looking anywhere. It depends. Prices go up and down in the market, but you're looking from anywhere from $6 to $15, depending on for the blank, and that's not including the time that I put into designing.
Like
the
I
shit.
said, I don't take that away from you. I think like if someone thinks you're gonna bid on that, buy it, bro. Like, I have no problem.
Well, you're gonna go buy a fucking $350 swim bait and catch a fucking 8-pound largemouth. Might as well spend $50 to catch a fucking 40-pound yellow.
But guess
or
what?
Stupid.
Guess what? Freshwater guys don't think the same as saltwater.
They don't.
Saltwater thinks like, I want an $8 jig that I can just grab and it might swim. You know, like.
Well, a lot of the saltwater guys are old school.
Yeah.
So they're used to the old school prices. Like a lot of the older guys I talk to, they're like, "Yeah, me and my friends will never buy your jigs just because they're $50 a piece." I'm like, those are the guys I'll be like, "Here."
Would you ever just give them like, there you go?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Here, just fish it,
right?
And see if you like it." And
and none of this is shitting on like Tatty or Solace.
That's where I started. I was
it's like, dude,
Tatty and
these
Solace
guys
before.
make something so different. I feel like it's 2 different ideas. So you got like
it's the same idea, different process.
Yeah, different process. So it's like, I get your process, I get what you're doing, but you can't mass produce like 500 or 2,000 that quickly. Where you do 100, you drop it. Very limited. Different story, you know, like it's not even, you know.
Totally different, same thing, but different. Like, it's a jig. You're still fishing a jig, still aluminum. Yeah, my aluminum's aircraft grade. It's not pot metal that you're pouring into a cast, but they probably use quality aluminum.
Is there aluminum you pour into a cast?
That's what surface irons are. Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. Well, I mean.
Well, for me?
I thought it was like a different type of lead or something. I was all. I don't fucking know.
Yo-yo irons are zinc.
Zinc, okay.
The sandcast ones. But yeah, the other ones are aluminum. But this is a aircraft spec. I'm buying a 12-foot bar of it. So like you'd go buy a piece of lumber, you're buying a piece of aluminum or brass.
Which is 5 times more than what you do.
Yeah, which is a lot more expensive than going and getting a bunch of scrap.
I can tell you're talking too much because I'm out of beer already.
Oh.
Just saying.
Fucker.
Yeah, those. Get one for me too, Randy, if you could, please.
Wait, let's break down liter two.
Many.
That's another thing is like
Spectra to
so what
Spectra
do you
to
do?
mono.
So I have
lots of mono.
Yeah. I have fucking, I think 70% reel is fucking
Braid.
Power Pro braid, and then the rest is mono. Yeah, I think 30 or 40.
Probably go 40.
And what
50,
type do you
depending
use?
on what rod you're using.
What type of line do I use?
Yes. Cigar line, guys. We're sponsored by. I'm just kidding.
I try. I
Coors
try.
Light.
I try to use Andy. Either smoke, colored offshore, or pink inshore, and I scour tackle stores.
I use Triple X Iser, which is great too. It's all personal preference. That's where
Yeah.
it breaks.
So what you're looking for, you can't find though.
Yeah, I can't find Andy anywhere. So if
What's
anybody
the
knows where
secondary-
the fuck it's at, send it to me.
What's the secondary the secondary choice?
Then it would be like what
Iser line.
Iser line,
Okay.
triple X, or
Mono. Yeah.
or P line would
Yeah.
be like the third one.
Yeah.
Really, P line?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it all comes down to trial and error. Personal
Whatever you can get at
preference.
Walmart.
There you go. Whatever's in the fucking
Trilene B
clearance
game. You
aisle.
can buy a filler
I-
spool
dude,
at fucking
I-
Walmart. Perfect to fill your bait casters up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Back when you go to those spotties, huh? You hate. When's the last time you fished spotties?
Fuck, it's been a while.
Really? You stopped for a minute?
No,
You went out last year. I didn't even fish spotties last year.
This
I think.
motherfucker fishes spotties more than anyone I fucking know.
my schedule changed, so I'm no longer working down in Carson.
Are you a daytime guy now?
Yeah, fucking hate this shit.
You don't like working. You don't like coming home to the family, huh?
I like coming home at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with my whole day in front of me, fucking, so I can have shit to do. Now it's like I get off at 3, got to drive home through fucking traffic. I go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I can fucking put my car in cruise control all the way down into downtown and never come off cruise control. That never fucking happens in Southern California. But the minute you want to fucking turn around and go home at 3 o'clock,
You're
everybody
fucked.
and their mother is on the fucking freeway. Where the fuck are these all the assholes at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I got some cool shit coming out. In time.
Yeah, he does.
Everyone wants this fucking color right now.
The
I can
fucking
pour-
wounded soldier.
Yeah.
That's the business.
Why is that called
Stub
Wounded
it.
Soldier? Who made that color?
Fucking one of the old school guys, Taddy Salas or
Yep.
some of those guys.
So even the
Army-
Wounded
Army
Soldier
green
for
with
like
red.
dudes like Warbaits or whoever made the fucking color, that's the fucking color they copied.
It's
That's
just,
just-
yeah,
yeah.
army green with the red.
Yeah.
It's just a variation. Everybody's
There's-
got their
no
own
one's coming out with
variation of
new
it.
shit anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking everything's been done. no one's.
You
fucking,
don't think so?
No,
Nothing new.
nothing really. Like, what can you think of that's new and inventive?
You made a
that-
new jig,
Okay, but people have been making jigs for fucking how long?
but you made a new variation of that jig.
It's still a jig. It's still the fucking same thing someone else.
Yeah,
made.
but you made a different variation of that jig. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
but-
you made something new.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean,
Not
Randy?
really, because
Nah,
it's
I'm
just
not
it's
gonna
a
fucking-
variation of what's been
Yeah,
done
but
before.
you made you thought of, hey, let's get that jig and change it up a little to see if it can swim different.
yeah. Well,
Or
I
you
just
can
want,
make a
I wanted to
constant
make
swim or
something,
something,
yeah,
you know, like-
consistent. Like if you look at my jigs, like you're not gonna see this in the video, but like every jig you buy is gonna have a circle in the front, a little drilled perfectly hole. Because after the sand cast, they fucking drill them out. Mine has like a fucking triangle with a flat on the top, which frees up a lot of room for that jig to fucking.
So you think that makes the swim just so much better with your jig?
I wouldn't even say better. I just think it makes it swim the way I like it, and a lot of other people seem to like it too.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not even looking to compete with other guys. I'm just making shit that I like,
You
that
like, yeah.
that other people like and want to fish with, and it's just I'm stoked that other guys want to fucking fish with the shit I make.
Yeah.
I
But
guess
it's something new. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like you,
it's kind of new, but it's also not. It's like you look at it like a fucking car model or something.
yeah,
like
but you
fucking,
go. You know, how about this? You look at it and you go, "Here's a fucking crankbait from fucking 25 years ago." But guess what? Fucking Berkeley made the fucking dredger,
It's still a crankbait,
but it's a new and improved version. It's
but
cool.
it's also
different,
still a crankbait. It's like I'm not coming out with the first surface iron.
Yeah.
I'm
But you're
not,
coming out the best. Yeah, pull the cock out.
Yeah.
not even the best.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
you
see
know,
what
you're
you're saying,
pulling it,
though, brother.
you're coming out with something different.
Yeah, it's just I'm trying to use the equipment I have at my fucking hands to make.
But what could you come out with new? Like, nothing. I don't think you're gonna find.
That's what I was saying.
There's nothing new.
There's not
like
anything new.
You want to see something new? That right there.
Right? That little thing could make a game
that single
changer.
hook is new. No one's done that.
But but the way you did it.
Yeah.
No one's done that. There's new.
That's new.
Fucking Randy, look at you. Fucking got new right there, bitch.
Hey, that's pretty. You know what? That's pretty. That's inventive.
The way he put the hook in there.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I told him earlier.
So something that was done 35 years ago,
just modernizing it,
is now a different concept. Still works the same.
Yeah, I actually got a jig for you in here, Danny. Yes. Remember that shirt that you talked about making?
Oh.
Let me see that one. I'll put it over here. People can see it. What is it?
I've been trying to get Randy to make that fucking...
Fuck you, COVID.
I've been trying to get Randy to make that fucking shirt for a long time. He turned it into a jig.
Fuck.
That's awesome.
COVID.
Thank you, brother.
Fuck COVID.
Yeah, my buddy Johnny at Johnny Jigs, he does the wraps, and I said,
I seen that. Yeah, he does cool shit.
He does cool shit. It's fucking. But I was like, yeah, I need you to make a jig like this for fucking my buddy Danny, because he's been trying to push this shirt forever and fucking making shirts and hats. I fucking hate it. It's stupid.
COVID did not do shit to you, right? Like, I mean.
Yeah, it made me more busy.
Really?
Yeah.
With work?
Work and jigs.
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting these fucking stimulus checks and they're not fishing, so they're fucking.
Hey, did you guys get your stimmies?
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
I got a stubby with my stimmy.
You got one. Don't fucking lie. Hey, you got. Oh, your kids are old. No.
My kids are all old. Yeah.
Nah, you got your.
Two of them
You should get
are.
one. You should get a stimmy still. You get a stimmy.
I'll get one for my
kid.
my youngest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a stimmy. I'm happy.
I was happy for about 10 minutes until I paid off my debt, and then
Hey, I was
God
happy
damn it.
until my wife found out about it. And she took all of my fucking money. The Viking. She took it all.
Yep.
But I let the money burn a hole in my pocket. What am I fucking do with it? You know.
Fuck it. You
Right.
can't take it with you.
That's what I told her. Rocks. You know what Danny said? Fuck it. You can't take it with you about money.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Look at, see?
But I mean, you leave it for your kids.
Come bring it. Come here, please. Come sit on my lap, baby. Hey, baby, come sit on this fucking lap. Ah! You want a $7,000 stimulus? I'll give you one right now. But for real, so let's plug everything we got to. We've done a pretty good one, guys, today.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Let's talk about.
What do you guys talk about?
Let's talk about full braid with a small top shot or all mono.
You tell me, like, dude.
Depends on rod and reel setup, but anywhere from 65 to 80 pound braid backing with a solid amount of mono for a top shot. They're not going to cast out of your reel on your cast, just so you get that stretch. I mean, I've done
like the stretch on the fucking mono.
Yeah, especially if you're fishing my jigs, you're not wanting to snap them off and fucking have them go flying.
Yeah, they're so fucking expensive.
That's
so
$50 down the drain. But some guys like fishing like that. I've fished like that, because I do a lot of I used to do a lot of calico fishing, and you're fishing braid with a short top shot of fluoro. But so I've done it in pinches, but I fucking also fucking slingshotted some irons into the next fucking year with fucking doing that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But mono really saves your ass in that. But when I'm fishing, like on my last year trips, when I was fishing Yoyo jigs, I had full braid with fluoro for Yoyo jigs, just because you're not fucking flinging them out there, so I don't feel like you need it.
You're dropping it down.
Yeah, I feel like, and you got the fluorocarbon, so it's also you're fishing near the bottom, so they're more
sensitivity, right?
Well, more
abrasion resistance.
Yes.
I have braid backing on a lot of my stuff now, but that's just because, you
keep more line on there,
just in case if you want,
it
you
lasts
ran into
forever too. It's
yeah.
just like you change the top shot out, you got fucking a full nice spool of braid, right?
Just in case you ran into a mean one, or even tuna fishing.
Have you caught a bluefin before? Huh? Just tuna, yellowtail fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
how big?
Yellowtail fishing?
What? How big of?
Or how about on a surface iron? How big of a bluefin have you caught?
60 pounds, 70
really?
pounds, something like that. Yeah, they kick your ass. You need I don't think you could do full mono on fish of that size. You would need braid backing
Yeah.
to get it, to
Once you get close, you got to fucking.
yeah. But for yellowtail fishing out here on the coast, or even at the local islands,
The biggest yellowtail you're looking at, what, anywhere from 10 to maybe 40.
yeah, you get a 40-pound yellow, you should be able.
Fucking huge.
Yeah,
right?
that's the fucking fish of the year right there.
Yeah,
Almost.
You should be able to
Because
get
where else do you catch a yellowtail?
Up and down the coast.
No, I mean, do you catch them in Florida?
No,
No,
not that.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like a whole nother fucking species.
Dude,
of
they're
yellowtail.
big as fuck over
Those
there.
things
right?
are megas.
Yeah, those are fucking.
It's like all the little
So
pussy
you catch,
ones that grow
they're
up
kind
here
of
and
like a
live down there.
calico a little bit, where you only catch them here,
Yeah,
except New Zealand as well.
That's why the surface irons is such a fucking niche market, because it's targeting fucking fish that are in a small little zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Whereas you look at like deep water fish, you can fucking fish them with anything. all around
Where
the
do they
world.
stop? Yellowtail.
I mean
Will they catch them up north like Morro Bay or no?
I mean, in
Probably,
warm water years,
Yeah.
they'll get them up there. But I
They'll
mean,
get
you
'em
could go
all the way down into fucking.
Santa Barbara to maybe
Really?
Cedros Island,
Fuck, dude.
and in the sea
Seen
of
the guys
Cortez.
down in fucking Cabo catching them off the beach and shit too. So
Yeah.
it all depends really on the year, the
It's
water.
like
and-
Mexico to fucking
Yeah,
Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Similar conditions as Calicos, but
Yeah.
maybe a little
Yeah.
further north than
Yeah.
Calicos.
Or further south. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So yeah, it's all. I come from the school of mono, but I do have, I now have braid backing on all my stuff, and the top shot that I put on the surface iron reels are long enough to where I'm not going to cast it off the reel.
Yeah.
You should be able to handle pretty much anything that swims, yellowtail wise, out here on the coast.
Yeah.
With like 100-yard top shot
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. I have I don't know if you remember, but I have a like real narrow Daiwa that
What
I
kind?
use for.
What kind of Daiwa?
It's a Saltis.
I like it. I have one.
It's like a Saltis 30 or something like that, but it's the torque version, and I have it on a 10-foot rod, and I use it for yo-yo fishing, and.
Why so?
Yo-yo fishing with the 10-foot rod.
Yeah.
That's a fun time.
Why?
Son of a bitch. Damn.
Are you alright, dude?
That's the first time for you, right?
What happened, dude?
That's what you get for chugging beers.
You just throw up a beer, bro?
Yeah. God damn it.
I get it on video. I'll cut it out if you want me to cut it out. I'll cut it out. Apparently, Randy can't drink 2 beers too fast. It's St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Fuck it.
Guess what? Thank you to Danny and fucking Randy.
happy.
Definitely, you got to eat. Oh, fuck, Randy.
Give him a towel, bro.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Give him a napkin or something.
Are you that drunk, bro?
I haven't eaten anything today.
Oh, my God. All right, we're good. We're done. Thank you, guys. Bye. Catch the Craig.